Well, hi there, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Winning Ways, where we've got a tremendous show for you because we dedicate your call to the greatest race mare, certainly in the Southern Hemisphere, but maybe in the world, Winx. She won her last and final 33rd Group 1 or whatever it was on Saturday. It was amazing to watch, and we were all there, Lef.
Yeah, we were there. Everyone, the whole country was there to watch it. And we'll talk about it in that segment.
Yeah, I must say the Teletrack, they stayed, they did all the interviews. It was fantastic. And it really was a big plus to them because normally they just cross to some race.
Absolutely. Yeah, so. It was a weekend of superstars, Jim.
Yeah, the Sharks.
Superstars, Jim. Tiger Woods. You used to be a golfer when you were sound.
Tiger Roll and Tiger Woods.
Yeah, Tiger
Grand
Roll.
National.
That's right. It's a roll for Tigers.
Tigers. He was fabulous. I mean,
absolutely.
Just fabulous.
They said it's the greatest comeback in sport. Can you think of any comeback in sport that was as good as it? They went through the...
William Penn. They asked what the greatest comeback in sport...
We've got an adult audience, James. You know what they said? There are only two that can compare.
You don't even remember William Penn.
I remember William Penn well. William Penn well. Hawaii's half brother. Yeah. I remember him well.
Yeah. He came back with an 11-year-old or something to win a Group 1.
Yeah. Nicky Lauda.
Yeah.
Came back to win. And that tennis girl used to scream. He got stabbed in the neck.
Steffi Kraft.
No. Celius, Monica Celius.
Celius.
Those are the two that they quoted. They said nothing as great as Tigers, though. Fantastic, James. I watched it to the end. I backed him.
What about Tottenham Hotspur?
Yeah, they pale compared to Tiger. They haven't won anything. Tiger's won everything. Tottenham Hotspur played against rudderless Huddersfield. They were rubbish. Yeah. Your team played tonight. Man United can be very, very fortunate. They were rolled by West Ham. The better team lost, but they had 2 penalties and they won. Liverpool were too good for Chelsea, and Crystal Palace couldn't stop Man City. So everything stays the same. It's all going that way. I think the fight for the top 4 is the most interesting thing after who's going to win the league.
I want to ask you about the Sharks.
Okay, I think they're very erratic. They're very poor. They miss tackles. You never know what team. South African teams are going to be worried. You go down to Cape Town. I mean, the Cape Town team go overseas for 4 games. They get thumped for 3 of them. They lose all their best players and they murder the Rebels. Yeah. You know, the Lions, they get thumped by the Sharks. And the Bulls, they take a week off and get 50 points put past them. Sharks got 50 points put past them. What's going on in South African rugby, Jim?
Well, it seems like they're all in a coma.
That's
the problem.
Yeah.
But the people who weren't in a coma were the 7 side. Because we have never seen anything like that.
They were in a coma first off.
19-0. Yeah, but remember, the guy dropped the ball. Okay, one of our players dropped the ball when he had the try line inside. Everything went wrong. But to be 19-0 down never ever happened in the final against Fiji, the best side in the world. Yeah, it was just a phenomenal.
It was admirable. It was great. And,
phenomenal performance.
They cost themselves by being given away a penalty in 2 minutes in sin bin, but they played well. I was very proud of that team. They threw the ball around. They're very quick. They're pacey. Coach has done a good job. I hear Sinatla's going back.
Thank goodness.
He's a flyer. Yeah,
he's great. You know, they've got these small guys who are very quick, and
the Fijians are the opposite.
Fijians are huge and very quick. So work it out.
No, it's a great job. The coach has done a very good job.
Great weekend of sport. The only
Hamilton won again.
Hamilton, look, listen, you can leave him alone. Okay. I'd rather talk about my boy on the superbikes. Brad Binder's gearbox went wrong, and Mark Marquez got run over.
He's South African, Brad Binder.
Yeah. But just going back to Tiger, it was the most phenomenal 4 days of golf I've seen for a long time. I felt sorry for Molinari. Because he's just...
2 mistakes.
He's just a nice guy.
He dropped it in the water the first time. Second one hit a branch.
Yeah, hit a pine cone.
So what did he hit? A pine cone? Yeah. He finished about 11 under.
Yeah, he did. He only made 2 mistakes, that's all.
That's all he made.
He had 2 double bogeys and a bogey in 4 rounds of golf.
All on the last day.
Which was absolutely amazing. Amazing.
Tiger, the guy I was listening to the report on Tiger, and he said, you'll be lucky to play again, never mind competitively. He couldn't lie down, he couldn't sit, everything was buggered. He went to a specialist. Then he started swinging again 6 months later. It wasn't right. They did it again. So it's been an unimaginable comeback. I really couldn't see him. I wasn't a skeptic. I was a fan. But in the back of my head, I thought, I can't see him winning a major again.
It's amazing because he's more popular today than he ever was, despite all the trials and tribulations with the failed marriage and all the problems that he had, but he's a human, and he just is the most amazing man.
Most amazing.
Wonderful.
And James, watching him come down the stretch, his accuracy, his ability to put them up close and from miles away, he's just a great player.
Yeah, great player. Anyway, with that, we're going to move on to a great show, and we're going to start with our 3 to follow. Right, well, let's kick off with the 3 to follow, and we go to Greyville on the poly track on Wednesday, and we picked up one from the Finzel team, Just a Guy thing on the poly, really nice, just as well, and I think this horse will go on to win next time. Let's go and pick him up at the start.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this horse runs a very good race. He's slightly slow at the gate, and that certainly doesn't help his cause. He's called Just a Guy. I think Gavin Finzel trains him. Warren Kennedy is your pilot here. And off to the front goes its Birthday Boy in the Werner's colours, very quick. And Noble beats up in second. But the horse we found's in fifth at the moment. The winner's in third. That's called Jerry the Juggler, the Moss, my favourite, from the right yard. And wins a good race. But this horse, James, I didn't think it was going to run second.
No chance, absolutely no chance. He's under pressure a long way out. Jerry the Juggler squeezes through on the inside. He's bred by Boosteroo. He's one of those Just As Wells, and they're not that bad, these Just As Wells. There are quite a lot of them winning races.
That's right.
And he's had really very little chance of stud. But as you can see, Jerry the Juggler goes through to win the race. He looked like the right horse on his barrier.
Can't run second, yeah.
Yeah, can't run second. He's in the purple on the right-hand side, the pink and purple, and flies at the death. And he's obviously going to be better over a bit more ground. A really nice horse. And as we said, Spring Valley Stud, they bred him. They're worth having a look at, just as well.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
We're going to move on to the next one, and we go to Turfentine. The Princess was at Turfentine, Her Serene Highness, and it was wonderful to see her there. And she sponsors $250,000 Rand maiden race as well. Oh, goodness gracious. The guys are all struggling to get into them. They get in, and they get beaten by a 2-year-old of Sean Terry's. Very good run from this one. This daughter of Captain Al is special. Let's go and pick her up at the start.
Yeah, this is called Victory Page. And as James said, a daughter of Captain Al, a 2-year-old. And came in with 56. And you can see immediately in Chris Van Niekerk's colours, it doesn't know what's going on. It's out of the race or elected to give it a chance, and it drops out to last. Bear in mind that it had rain on the track. Pace is on, Gracious Ebony and Petite Ami, they're going out making sure that we get a bit of a gallop on here. But the horse that we found, this Victoria Page, is at no stage did I think this horse was going to trouble them.
Exactly. Well, when you consider that up in the sort of third place was a hot favourite in the race, and you think that looked like the right horse, they turned for home. She's 10, 12 off them, and just getting a little niggle just to keep in touch. Luke Ferraris puts her up the inside, and probably a master move. And he just keeps covered, keep her interested. And then when he shows her daylight, she's still got 6 or 7 to make up here.
Easily. Everything's quickening. These older horses want this maiden stake. Luke, very good ride by Luke. He hasn't panicked, and he's asking this Captain L, it's a daughter of Captain L, Victoria Page, to quicken. And look how she quickens. When it really gets hot in the kitchen, she's going on best.
Yeah, she's bred by Ascot Stud out of an imported mare, Mark of Esteem mare. And, they're perennially the top breeders around. Ascot, Rose and Ashley
top horses,
Parker.
yeah.
And this absolutely doddles in. Who knows where this filly's going to go, but she certainly won a pretty decent race. And it gave us every chance of believing she'd probably go on.
Good start to her career, money-wise too.
Yeah. Let's go and look at the next one, and we go to Scottsville on Sunday. And we pick up the first race. There's a hot pot favourite of Justin Snace in the first. And it had won its first race pretty easily, coming from way off them, under pressure, hands and heels, got up to win easily first time out, and looked like an absolute good thing here. But the horse that chased it home, we think might be a horse worth having a good look at. Wishful Girl and trained by Garth Puller. And this is bred by Summerhill, by Lingari. Now, Lingari is quite a nice horse.
Far in overseas.
Yeah.
Far in overseas.
Yeah.
You know, there's some big horses that come through Lingari, and Lingari is going to come and win races here. There's a few out here, and I've always thought if I can get my hands on one, I'd take my chances, and I bought one. Okay,
well, let's go and see what they look like from the start. Now, when you watch this, you'll see the importance of barrier trials, because this was ridden by Magudwa from a smaller stable, Puller stable, not fashionably bred. If this had been unraced, no one had seen it.
Yeah, wouldn't know.
It would have been 25 to 1.
Yes.
It was 3-4 to 1. You know why? Because it put up a cracking good barrier trial.
Yeah.
It's 2 barrier trials were very, very good. And you'd think that this will be able to go and win next time out. Let's go and pick it up.
Yeah, your favourite's a horse called Somewhere in Time, and that wins the race, as James alluded to. It's up the middle, 2 off the right with the noseband with Arthur Marcus in the Johnson Silks, and it's always going very comfortably. But the Lingari's Wishful Girl in is down towards the inside, showing very good speed, and it gives his favourite a race. I know there's 3 kilos in it, but Arthur's always going very comfortably on Somewhere in Time, but I think he's got an eye on the runner-up.
Yeah, we've certainly got to look at her. She did have a run, obviously, before this, but she looks like, in this type of field, she'd be certainly one to follow down the future. The winner is the filly that's won from Cape Town. She's Captain L, Somewhere in Time. And Captain L keeps firing. You know, they just keep on going. This Nick Johnson owns it. He's probably the most influential player in KwaZulu-Natal at this stage.
No doubt.
It's very important to have him around, carrying on in his father's footsteps. But Magudwa gives us on a good ride, and we think that the time was good, and this will probably be able to go in next time out, certainly over the same type of distance.
No doubt.
Right, we're going to move on and go and look at where they are now.
Where they are now.
Where they are now.
Where are they now?
Oh, where are they now?
Where they are now.
Okay, where they are now.
Gee.
This is an interesting one.
I've got a Philistine working with me.
Let's go and see where he is now.
Hi, Lef. Hi, Jimbo. It's Glenn Schofield here from Sydney. Just want to say hi to everybody at home. And I want you to know I'm still riding in Sydney. Still going pretty well. And of course, miss everybody at home. And if anybody's out this way, please look us up and come and say hello.
Been involved in horse racing in South Africa but have either moved away, immigrated or retired, we want to hear from you. Send us a short 30-second video recording on WhatsApp and we'll flight it on the show. Clips can be sent to either James on 071 588 5769 or Paul on 083 779 1311. We look forward to hearing from you.
Well, there you go. Glenn, thanks so much for sending us that message. As you know, his son, Chad, is firing.
So's he. So's Glenn.
Top rider. And Glenn's always been a great rider. I like Glenn. Glenn was an apprentice, I think, to Alistair Gordon. I think he was always with Alistair, wasn't he?
Yeah, might have been.
And you know, he and Alistair were synonymous, one with the other.
It's a racing dynasty. When you go back to Charlie Berens and Aubrey.
Well, they both married daughters of Aubrey's, didn't they?
I don't know. Well, Aubrey married in, you know, and then
Glenn and
Jeff.
Married sisters.
They married sisters. Yes.
Yes, they were Aubrey's daughters.
Yes. Now you're getting it. It's starting to fall into place. And then Gaga, the oldest one, you know.
Yeah, Gaga's still around.
Still around, as strong as an ox. It's wonderful, that whole family dynasty. Now it's going down to Chad. And just talking about it, Phil Georgia told me that Jeff Lloyd got hold of him. Yeah. He was talking about his son. His son's not riding at the moment. He's out he's gone out to watch him.
He broke his ankle or something.
That's right. So he went out to watch him work. I know he got injured of some sort. I don't know what it was, but Jeff just updated him and things are going well. So that we should see that branch of the tree coming through as well.
And the daughter, Taylor, just had her 21st birthday.
She's 21
over the weekend. Yeah.
That's the dynasty.
Yeah. Fantastic. Chad, thanks for sending it to us.
That wasn't Chad.
I mean, Glenn. It was Glenn, was it? Yeah. Well, next we'll get Chad. We'll find out about him. Yeah. But he's actually, he's almost an Aussie now. Elsewhere.
That's right.
But
that's good to let you know.
Great of him to send us all that information. And, we love getting them. Please keep sending them to us. If you know anyone or you are someone who was involved in racing in any way, send us a little clip. Tell us what you're all about. We're going to move on and have a look at the Plum of the Week.
Getting into the race, Sweet Mary Lou as they come to the 400-metre marker. Twice as Smart down the inside, Captain of Tortuga. Vikram's still there. Sweet Mary Lou's running on from behind as they come to the 200-metre marker. Twice as Smart, Captain of Tortuga's fighting right back. These are the two over the last 100. Twice as Smart and Captain of Tortuga, but Twice as Smart's going on to win it. Second, Captain of Tortuga. Vikram third. Sweet Mary Lou ran fourth.
Right, well, that was the best bet of the weekend, and certainly listen to the podcast, you would have heard that. Slung in at the weights in one of those plate races. She's a very good filly, this. And she opened 18 to 10. You could have got 33 to 10 on Interbet about this filly.
Yeah, she's good. Smart pedigree, probably a lot of stamina in her pedigree, obviously about twice over, I think a Smart Strike mare. On the dam side, so there's a lot of stamina in this horse, and she's got plenty of speed. Very talented, Jim.
Yeah, very talented, and I think Wendy White had done a great job with her. She's bred by Riverton, Duncan Barry, and owned by some great people. So
who's the dam? The dam, if you know.
The dam is Smart Empress by Smart Strike, and I think Smart Empress might have been trained by Stanley Ferreira.
Okay, yeah.
Might have been, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's just something to think about. I'll ask Craig Peters. He'll tell me. He's got all these facts on his fingertips. He tells us about them. So we'll find out from him. We're going to move on and take a break and have come back with current affairs.
My name is Mark van Devent. I'm a fanatic horse player, absolutely passionate about racing because of the excitement of the puzzle and all the effort that goes into solving it. But it's a great spectacle too. The horses going into the pens before the start of the race, the build-up of tension, and then finding out which horse has it in them to come down in the final stages with just 100 meters left when they're gunning for the line, neck and neck. You never know really what's going to happen in the sport. That's part of the fascination of horse racing. But with Interbet, I know not only do I still get the best odds on their site, and it's also the most informative and user-friendly place for me to bet online. Interbet were the pioneers of online and Mobi betting in South Africa, and they will continue to innovate and lead the way. Interbet, where the professionals bet.
Welcome to another edition of Current Affairs, and we're going to start off by offering our condolences to family and friends of Stan Ferreira. James, very sad, a guy who loved the game.
Yeah, I've known him from the beginning. You know, I worked for Michael Roberts when I was a kid, and he ended up there as an assistant trainer. That's where he started his life in 1974. And he got right to the top, you know.
Yeah.
Stanley, he ended up with 150 plus horses. Sure. He had yards everywhere. He had horses everywhere. He was winning races everywhere. And eventually it just got all too much for him. And he just packed it in, walked away. No one knew where he went. They just dispersed everything.
Came back with his good mate Roland Bauer. You know?
Yeah, you know, Roland Bauer is just a fantastic guy. And he was such a support structure for Stanley, not only with the horses, but running the stable, because that's what Stanley lacked. He needed someone to do the business part of it. And giving him horses, and gave him chances to win races, and he won. He won the Oaks with Juxtaposed. I think that was probably the biggest winner that he had. Yeah. A great guy, Stanley. I really enjoyed him. He knew how to enjoy himself.
Did he?
Yeah, he was flat out Jordan.
I didn't know him well. I always said hello to him, had a chat, and briefly, you know.
So
our thoughts go out to them, you know, Jim.
Yeah, very, very nice man, and very sad because he's, you know, just had the sort of third chance bite at the apple, and he was really doing well and enjoying himself. I actually spoke to him at one of the sales and said, "How's it going?" And he said, "This is fantastic. You can't believe it." You know,
young man, Jim.
Yeah, young in today's Anyway, talking about trainers that retired, Brendan Powell, he was the Grand National winner on a horse called Ryman Reason in 1988. He trained for many years, trained pretty well, and he's packed it in, joined Joseph O'Brien. So he's now with the youngster, Aiden's son. They ran first, second, and third in one of the group races in Ireland on the weekend. I think Aiden won and ran second, and Joseph ran third. That must be hard to beat, you know.
I watched a bit of a program on him overseas, James. He's got the son's got comms, not the son, sorry, Aiden. He's got comms with every single one of his riders. Yeah, straight comms to them. He calls them by their first names. Every single one's got a heart rate monitor on. Yes. They from the warm-ups, when they do the warm-ups,
it was a great article. Yeah. It was written by one of the press. They had an open day.
That's right, correct.
Press guys went there and had breakfast with him and said how approachable and how organized different he was to what he looks like on the screen, and when you see him at the big races and that.
Yeah, amazingly good trainer. He has the added advantage of getting the Galileos, you know. But
well,
he's a great trainer.
Talking about that, Magical won the Grade 3 Alleged Stakes.
That's
right. You know who Magical is. She's a Galileo out of, she's a full sister to Flying the Flag.
Flying the Flag,
So she's opened up her career. Again, she's as tough as they come. She's been all over the place. Yeah. So she's very good. And then, just talking about good horses, American Pharaoh had his first runner, which won at Nas.
That's right. And they've already shortened it for the 2-year-old features. Yeah.
Monarch of Egypt. It cost $750,000. And it's out of a Galileo mare. So,
will it go 10
furlong? Won a 5 furlong. Okay.
You know how good it must be.
Yeah, and they said they're targeting Royal Ascot with it, so they know how good it is. Okay. They didn't step out they stepped out the flagship. So there you go. And American Pharaoh's going to be standing at Coolmore in Australia again this year.
Shipping it.
For $66,000. Yeah, I mean, that's right. The American Pharaoh. Have you seen the Coolmore roster of stallions?
I was going through it, James. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, Fastnet Rock, I saw
he's the most expensive.
Piero's not cheap.
Yeah, but Fastnet Rock's the most expensive. Yes. Justifies private.
Justifies private, that's just come in there.
Fastnet Rock, 165.
Australia. The Coolmore roster is amazing.
Well, I've got a few names here. For Fastnet Rock, 165,000. Choisier stands at 27,500.
Value.
Mendelssohn, he's
just joined,
Mendelssohn and Adelaide are the two cheapest, $17,500 and $11,000. Saxon Warrior, new.
You know, still in their ranks is the horse that David Raphael owned.
Yes.
Rubik.
He's doing well there too.
He's doing well,
very well.
Yeah.
He's gone up in fee. I think he's 37,500.
Yeah,
he's gone up from 22,000 last year. He's had a couple of really good horses. David's thrilled with them, and they sold very well at the sales this year.
Yeah, they got some stallions.
Okay, well, shall we just come back to South Africa and
Byron Foster will go on to Australia.
Yeah,
he's had 31 rides, 13 winners, 2 Group 1s. That's fantastic, eh?
It's an unbelievable kid.
Unbelievable, yeah.
I mean, geez, where he's gone.
He's been out the country a long time.
Pat Shaw, he tied himself to Pat and made a career in Hong Kong, in Singapore. They loved him there. Got this job with Tony McAvoy. He's just firing.
Absolutely
33% winners.
Yeah, amazing.
There's more than that. There's about 40% winners.
Yeah.
To rides. Fantastic.
That's very, very good.
We got, obviously, the big race at Turfentine was Empress Club Stakes, Princess Charlene, Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene. Why is she not Her Royal Highness?
I don't know.
Explain. You don't know that?
I don't know why they call her the Serene.
Okay. Well, I did an interview with her when she was a swimmer for Teletrack all those years ago, before she married the prince and everything. It's a wonderful interview. I don't know if they've still got it. When she was, swimming in the Olympics.
She was a top swimmer,
She swam for Rhodesia in the Olympics, maybe. I just remembered how charming and wonderful she was. In those days, I met her at Rijkersfontein with Mike, her father. Mike
Mike is Spurs man. He's a serious Spurs man.
She's a lovely, lovely person, and she does a tremendous amount for South Africa, for South African racing, for underprivileged.
Fantastic what she does for South Africa.
She's just a great, great person.
And she's a great ambassador. She comes out here. She's really accessible, and 10 out of 10 to her.
Yeah, and it's a fantastic race they've named for her. And let's go and pick them up at the start. It was a triumph for one of the smaller yards who really have been patient and worked hard with this filly. We thrilled for them. Let's go and see what happened.
Meters all set and away they go. Got them away in a superb line over here. Oh, Susanna broke very well. Running Brave, Fiorella. It's a mad scramble up there for the lead. Nafa, yes, going around horses. Flying Fable, El Danza, Redbury Lane. In behind that, Cascapedia's 5 lengths off the leader. Length further back to Celtic Sea. Then came Campharatus and Fresnay. Further back to Gala's racing about 8 to 9 lengths off the leader. And Cashel Palace, the trailer. 1,100 meters to go. And now picking up the lead, Redbury Lane, where she likes to be. She's gone to the head of affairs, 1.5 lengths clear. Running Brave in second. Nafa Yes is third. Oh, Susanna's on the rail in fourth, giving that lead a 4 length start, 1.5 lengths back to Fiorella. Then came Cascapedia and Flying Fable. El Danza's got 7 lengths to make up. A further 2 away to Campharatus, and then Celtic Sea 8 to 9 lengths to track down. They followed by Gala towards the rear end of the field with Fresnay and Cashel Palace, the trailer, homeward bound in the Empress Club Stakes. And Redbury Lane the one to get to by 2. Running Brave second. Oh, Susanna's down there inside. Then came Nafa Yes. Further back to Cascapedia. Fiorella's on there outside. Celtic Sea's got 5 to go with El Danza. Fresnay's on the extreme outside. 400 out. Running Brave. Oh, Susanna's hot on her heels down the inside. Nafa Yes in behind those. Further back to Fresnay, Cascapedia and Campharatus running on. It's Running Brave the leader. Oh, Susanna's not getting there. Down the centre. Nafa Yes. Celtic Sea is finishing hard on the outside. Then Campharatus, it's Running Brave in front. Running Brave, Nafa Yes, oh Susanna, Campharatus flying up down the inside. Running Brave, Campharatus. Campharatus has beaten Running Brave. Nafa Yes third, oh Susanna fourth. And then Celtic Sea, Campharatus.
Well, a terrific race for especially Group 1 first-timers, for the stallion, for the jockey, for the 2 guys who train it. Fantastic. Barwood gets that Group 1.
I'm not sure if the breeders had won their first Group 1 as well. Middlefield, Rob and Michelle Pickering.
I don't know. I can't answer that.
They were at their daughter's wedding.
Oh, okay.
Because I messaged him straight away. I'm thrilled for them,
Yeah.
They gave this horse a chance, and because of the startness of his pedigree, he just, never really took off.
Yeah, fantastic for Prince. The Prince met the Princess.
Yeah.
And I listened to them all. I listened to Gerald. Gerald's a wonderful talker.
He's a great orator.
He is, absolutely. He was waffling on about how the breeders are going to come rushing to him. But well done. It's a Group 1. It's like fighting Tyson in a Group 1. It's tough, and the favourite couldn't do it. There's always travel involved. And it just gets me thinking about the strength of the fillies, James. I don't know where the strength of the fillies are at the moment. I don't know who the best filly in the country is. I don't know who the best miler in the country is in the fairer sexes. And when you put it into perspective, did this not win the Flamboyant?
Yeah, and she beat Roy's Riviera. Now that was just off the best last year.
That's right. Yeah,
I just get the feeling that maybe the 3-year-olds aren't as good as we think they are.
And the fairer sex,
although Running Brave ran second, got beaten ahead. Cascapedia fell in a hole.
Yeah.
The favourite, well, she had everything against her. It would have been a mountain for her to climb. It was a very good race and a great race meeting. And
great race meeting. I loved every minute of it.
As I say, you know, one thing that I've got to say, get rid of the 10 Rand top hats. Okay, if you're going to wear a top hat, wear a top hat, proper top
I saw some guys.
You know, the 10 Rand top hats from the party shop are real rubbish.
I saw some guys.
If you want to denigrate a sporting event, put on crappy hats.
Yeah.
Sorry to tell you, but that was a
they
minus.
They wanted to get in the spirit of it. I saw a photo of Ivan Snowman. Now, Ivan Snowman, he looked like he was delivering pizzas with a 10 Rand top hat on. I laughed my head off when I saw the photo. Then you see some of the people, they do it like a
Well, Larry was fantastic. Larry had a proper top hat.
Proper top hat, proper. You must have the waistcoat, you must have the long tails.
Yeah.
That's the racing. I did it when I worked out at Royal Ascot. You had to be spot on.
Was I there with you?
No, I was with Jim. I was with Bonsky.
You
did the Derby with me.
Yeah.
We did the Derby. No, I did a couple
No, but I was there, but I didn't work with you.
Did you have the clobber on?
Of course.
Mine's all hired. So I looked the part.
No one else, you know, you're not going to buy something like that for once every 10 years.
But, James, great race day.
Yeah, superb race day.
Yeah.
Right, now we're going to have a look at what's coming up with Magic Millions. We've got a little insert for you, as usual, and then we'll talk about the sale that's coming up.
Mystic Journey going well. Mystic Journey by over 2. Mystic Journey does it easily. Fedora in front. Unlucky last year. She's the hero tonight, Fedora. Boom Sarah Bondi out back. Barbie, they hit the line. Boom Sarah.
There we can see James. And there was a graduate that came through and won.
Won a stakes race.
Yeah, let's have a look at if they've got the. Let's have a look at the graduate.
Sam Furman, there we go.
Well done, Sam Furman, the Yazzies. Well done to them.
And she's a charge forward. Now, this is the importance of going to Australia. She's a charge forward out of a very good mare. Okay,
yes.
It costs 100,000 in Australia, which is R1 million. Okay. Not expensive. Go try and buy a charge forward and try and buy that type of pedigree for this country. So very nice to have Sam Furman as a graduate of the week. Just talking about the sale, the weanling sale has now been made 3 days.
I saw that, Jim. How many stallions represented for those weanlings?
119 stallions.
Wow.
Over 3 days, the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of May.
Just weanlings.
That's where you buy weanlings, okay? They average $62,000, so you can't go and buy them, think that you can cruise in there with
James,
your 10,000.
But James, there's plenty.
Oh, yeah, lots
Over
of them.
3 days, there's 10 grand, 12 grand, and
Yeah.
there's some pedigrees. As you know, they like to buy the speed pedigrees. If you're going to buy something that's got a bit of stamina, you'll get them.
Yeah, exactly. And Air Force One, he's one of the stallions that's making his start there at the weaning sale. But as I say, 22 first season sires at the weanlings, 23rd, 24th, 22nd of May. So remember, if you need to get... Yeah, May, that's when the sale is.
Yes, correct, May, that's right.
22nd, 23rd, 24th of May.
Then they go on to the
weanlings, then they go on to the yearlings,
The yearlings, I think, are 5th and 6th of June.
Yeah, and they've got the brood mares in between.
Correct,
and that. So it's a very long and drawn-out sale, but it's really well worth going to if you're looking to get better bloodstock in South Africa. We can certainly help you. Right, just talking about South Africa's the biggest news is that we received our stud book recognition from the EU.
That's major news, James. Major news.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference. And the importance for those of you that don't know is that if you exported a horse before we received this registration, you could not go to an EU country you would not be allowed to enter or be registered in an EU country. Now, any South African horse can go to. This might be the first step
in the protocol
into us getting our horses where we need to get them. So that's very important news. What else have we got? Harry's Angel, he's shuttling to Australia. I'll tell you what else we got.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Yarraman's I'm Invincible.
What a stallion.
Yeah.
What a stallion. Well, what's it done?
What a stallion.
Yeah.
It equals the record of stakes winners in a season with Danehill and Schnitzel. Now, Danehill and Schnitzel are two
major players.
Revolutionary stallions.
Yes.
Okay? And that's 26 stakes winners. Now, the season nowhere close to being over. So,
that's right.
They've got another 2 months or 3 months. So don't worry. That will have more than that. So anyway, it got it. So it's fantastic.
Well done.
Let's go back to England. Luca Kamani had Bedford House Stables, which is the most beautiful stables. It's on the Bury Road.
Yeah.
You know the place, 120 boxes, house, managers, cottages, everything. It's just not far from where Mike's
place,
Mary's place is. Been sold to Charlie Fellows.
For He's a Jolly Good.
Yeah, for He's a Jolly Good Fellows. He's one of the young guns, the young titled, that's training.
What is he, renting it, purchasing
it? No, he bought it. He bought it, yeah. He bought it. And, the Luca and his wife, they've got a stud farm, so they've been farming, but he had a problem with his throat over the weekend. I saw that they rushed him to hospital.
Is he still training, Luca?
No, he packed it in.
Packed it in, yeah.
Remember, he lost all
his
those Qatar horses, those yellow with the black spots.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Matt's training.
Matt trains in Australia.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think Boomer Bloodstock, there are a couple of guys that are very involved with him. We're going to finish off with the Polish superstar, Warbank.
Warbank.
Do you know about Warbank?
No.
Okay, well, nothing. No. Won the Triple Crown. He won his first 11 in a row. Okay? In Poland.
First 11 in a row.
Yeah, he was then bought by Team Valor and struggled along, and then suddenly as an older horse got his career together and started winning a few races. But he's now going to stud, and he's going to stud in Germany. But the important part here is by Archie Penko.
Aha.
Yeah.
He's thrown some big horses, Archie.
Yeah.
So he was a good horse.
So fantastic. Archie Penko had the Polish champion, who I didn't even know about until I saw it. And Team Valor.
Archie's got some big horses all over the place. Yeah. I've managed to buy an Archie Penko as well from Ascot Stud.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for the best.
Okay, well, that's the news. Remember, Magic Million sales, but it's time to start getting ready because you've got to get visas and all types of things.
Yeah.
But if you need any help, obviously, Laf or
myself I'm definitely going. I'm going to the yearling, I think, Jim.
You're going to the yearlings. Okay. Well, I don't know where I'm going because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I'll find out after we've shown you all about Winx. We'll talk you through a couple of these dockies that we've got coming, but we've dedicated Your Call to Winx, which very deserving. Let's have a look. Well, we're incredibly lucky, Paul and I, to be able to travel around the world and meet some fantastic people. So we were in Dubai, and who's sitting at the table next to us is the Winx owners. I mean, they were such nice people.
Wonderful people.
We've got a picture, so there's the picture.
Let's have a good look at the picture. Yeah. There they are.
Yeah.
So sitting down
Debbie
in
and
the
Paul.
yellow. Yeah.
Debbie's in the middle, and Paul's.
Right.
I got my arm around.
You got
Paul.
your arm around both.
I'm holding
Pauls.
him tight in case he runs away.
Yeah, there's Mark Abood, Tubbs Riddell, Gary Citron without the E, and it's Phil Giorgio with his hand over his eye, and then the guy next to Phil. You had a long chat to the Aussie trainer,
Manny Galagotis. He's a fantastic guy, really nice man. And, he just was great chatting to him and finding out. He was there with one of their horses from Aussie.
Yeah, second year in a row, Sprinter.
Yeah, Sprinter. And nice to meet him. And we'll become mates, Manny and I. And certainly we're great to meet up with.
You'll probably see him at the sales and
the Wings team.
We'll definitely. But wonderful, the Wings team. Lovely people, Jim?
Yeah, what lovely people. So now we're going to go and show you the final race in Rinks' career. It was breathtaking, chilling, phenomenal to have a weekend where you get Winks winning and Tiger Woods winning. Well, what else do you want in life? Let's go and pick it up at the start.
Off and the gates open. They're off in the Queen Elizabeth. Massive roar to the crowd. She's going to settle in last, Winks. And Hartnell is first out. Mascot Times mustering. So's Harlem. Happy Clapper handy. He's Eminence back last. Kluger runs handy fifth, and Winks is moving forward. Bowman wants a better spot. Gets in front of Shillelagh. He's Eminence back second last. Many thought he would lead. Dances last. Basket Time goes to the mile. Has the lead all on his own here from Harlem, and Hartnell's got the box seat third. Two off then to the 8-year-old Happy Clapper. Two further back to Kluger. And there's Winks, one off the fence now. Has He's Eminent in a pocket back on the fence. Then came Shillelagh and Dance. 10 off the leaders last. It's the big roughie. Basket Time in front of the 1200. Out by 2 lengths on Harlem. Hartnell with a great run third. Two after Happy Clapper. Then came Kluger. 3/4 the outside. Winks very relaxed in the run. Bowman sitting very quiet. He's Eminent back. McDonald just easing back a little bit. It looks as though he's trying to find a way out off the fence. Then came Shillelagh and Dance last. No surprises yet. They've got 900 to run. Basket Time a length clear from Harlem. Then Hartnell, Happy Clapper. Now he starts the run on Winks. He's starting to move forward. Just shading Kluger. Then He's Eminent still positioned back on the inside of Shillelagh and Dance coming to the turn. The roughing Basket Time 2 lengths clear. Hartnell goes to second, giving chase. Now Happy Clapper and Winks is rounding them up, coming right around the field. Kluger takes an inside run. She's gone for home already, Winks. She beats off Hartnell. Kluger going up the inside. Happy Clapper can't go on. Winks is 2 lengths clear. Kluger sticks on. Then came Hartnell, but she's well clear. Winks inside the final 100 metres. Today we farewell an Australian icon, the greatest of all time. Winks wins a third. Queen Elizabeth beats Kluger. Hartnell third. Happy Clapper fourth. Then Shillelagh, Mask of Time. Further back to He's Eminent. Not a factor in the race. From Dance and Harlem.
Well, you can just watch in amazement.
Fantastic. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I read an article, Jim. I took a couple of facts down from what they'd written about the Winks and how popular she was worldwide. And in Australia especially, the whole article in the race led the ABC News. The Prime Minister made a campaign stop to go to the races to watch Winks. And there was a stampede as they opened the gates. They said the guy in the grey suit who got through the gates first to get onto the course has never done that fast in his life to get a prime position. And they said a lot of people were talking before, James, about how things have gone wrong at the last moment for certain Australians, and could have happened to Winks. And they said Donald Bradman, in his last ever game, he needed 4 to keep an average of a century, 100 runs. He went for a duck. And Greg Norman led the majors the last time by 6 shots. Led the Masters, sorry, not the majors, one of the majors, by 6 strokes. And they said, thank goodness she didn't fall to that.
She's a horse. She's not a human. Those humans are pathetic, those Australians.
Just more stats. Waller, the trainer, did such a good job with her. Kept her on top for 1,428 days, 33 in a row, 25 Group 1s. And in the last decade, it's interesting, because of the interest in the horse rings, the stake money in Australia over the last decade has increased by 84%. That's amazing, the influence. And in Australia, they've got the unique position of the vast majority of Group 1 winners are sold on sales, 63%. as opposed to Europe, it's 40%, because you've got those big studs who race them themselves. And then another fantastic stat, because of Winx, I think not indirectly, 1 in every 244 people in the whole of Australia have a share in a thoroughbred.
It's amazing.
It's amazing stats. Amazing. So I read that article and I thought, I can't believe what an impact she's made. And while I was back in the stable the next day, the press were there obviously talking to him, and he hadn't sunk in. They're going to keep her in the stable for a week or so, just to settle down, and appreciate her, you know.
Yeah, and Tabcorp shows you, even they announced to all the patrons, if you had a ticket on Winx, okay, so if you took a 25-to-1 on, and you had $25 on her to win $1, you got the ticket back with a name on it, okay, so you could keep it as a...
As well as being paid.
Yeah, as a sort of souvenir, as a memento, so, you know, that's what they did. For all the people that backed Winx, you got your ticket back with her name on it. So I think that's a fantastic little touch as well.
They had more people on the outside rail by the starting gate than we get in a meeting. They were 10 deep outside. Everyone had the cameras. Yeah, same as they for Tiger Woods, everyone on the cameras. Everyone on the cameras are Winx.
Yeah.
To go and see this phenomenon.
Okay, well, let's go and have a look at a little documentary we pulled out on Winx, and here Debbie and Paul have a lot to say about how it all happened. And how it all happened was at the Magic Million sale. And listen to them, they'll tell you how they ended up getting Winx. Great little docu.
We bought her and dreamt about winning some big races, and dreamt about her taking us to different places like we do with all of our horses. She's gone to unbelievable heights that none of us could have even have imagined at the time we bought her.
She's got a phenomenal record, and not many horses can do that. She's an athlete. She's like Usain Bolt. She is supreme. You don't know what makes her so good. Winx is a great story for me. We went to the sales as usual. I'm a horse lover and a horse racer, and I go along to the sales and I do my due diligence, just the same every time I go to the sales. What we'd done before the sale, Peter and I, we'd raced horses in partnership before.
She was one of the horses that we purchased at the Magic Million sale in 2013 as part of a draft that we buy every year at that sale. So it's probably just looking back, it wasn't anything special at the time.
We had 5 on our list. We started with a budget. The budget went out the window because horses were dearer than that year. Then Winx came in the ring and we thought, look, if we don't get this, we're going to end up with no horse, and then you don't start the fun. So we decided to raise the budget, go a little bit harder, and we secured Winx. She competed well as a 2-year-old. She won a couple of races.
Ullman getting up on the fence. It's Ullman and Worthy Cause there together with 100 to go. Look at Winx. Look at Winx. She's come from last. She stormed down the outside. Oh, what a win. Winx got up and beat Ullman and Worthy Cause in an amazing performance.
We race quite a few horses. You know, Debbie races a few and breeds, and Richard races and breeds. So we'd like to have the same expectation with every horse. It happens over time. So it grew. And to be honest, it's still growing. We don't know where it's going to finish, so it's not something you can put a starting point and a finishing point on, but it gives you one hell of a ride and a lot of enjoyment.
And the gates open, they're off. The mares missed the start by 4 lengths. Winx gets to the outside, 6 or 7 off the lead. Foxplay, the stablemate to Winx, makes the run on the fence, goes up to join Ecuador. Red Excitement, Winx is 4 lengths away. She's cutting loose now. Foxplay in the front from Ecuador. Winx is down the outside. It's going to get desperate. Winx is going to Foxplay. Winx dives. Yes, she got up. Winx got up to beat Foxplay. There's 18 in a row, but what about the drama today?
Every time she came back in, she was a little bit stronger, she was a little bit heavier, she looked a little bit fitter. She'd go to the races and do unbelievable things. And you thought, my gosh, this is amazing, this horse is wonderful. And you thought she'd reached her limit. But no, she just kept going and kept stepping up. And the adrenaline, I still get shivers watching her run.
The Longines Queen Elizabeth Stakes, and they're off and racing. And a good line out. Galo's Shop in particular with classic uniform and consensus showing speed. Winks is back last. Galo's Shop tries to kick. 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo's Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo's Shop, and here's her second, Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar.
The interest that she's generated throughout Australia and the world is just something we hold in awe, because we go to different jurisdictions and different racetracks and race clubs throughout Australia now, and she's recognised the side of benefits that are happening are something we have no control over, but we're enjoying every part of it.
The 3 of us have had to go on this journey of learning what's involved with having a horse that's loved, having an icon, and that's what she's turned into. So I still don't believe it. I still think she's just my little Winksy that's going on a ride and doing wonderful things for me. I don't want her making money out of it or anything like that. Everything we do, any money we make, goes to charity.
To actually be a part of the Winks team and what's happening, we stand back and watch in awe, and I'm happy to marvel at the crowd and what they do, and appreciate how they appreciate our mare, because what she's doing and what she continues to do for racing is something we love to happen. Rather than jump the gun and get ahead of ourselves, we'll just enjoy the racing while it's happening, and then when that door closes, another one will open, and another chapter in her life and our lives, and we'll thoroughly be waiting to see what can happen.
I couldn't be prouder that she's a girl. Of course, women power is brilliant. And I think the sad thing is that with racing today, a good colt is retired early. It would be unusual to see a good colt perform for as long as Winks has. So it's brilliant that she's the one with the ability, and it's a female that's got the ability. So we've been able to witness it for so long.
But here she comes, Winks right down the outside, powering away from them. There's 26 in a row for the champ. Wins the race named in her honour.
There's been a lot of memorable occasions for all of us, and particular ones for each of us individually, so it's hard to put one above the other.
I'm so proud of her. We are on an amazing ride, and we're just enjoying it.
Well, such humble people. You couldn't find better people to own a champion mare like this. She's just a phenomenon, and you just at a loss for words when you see how nice they are and what good people they are. I mean,
Tiger Woods of the turf, Winks, eh? What a runner.
Yeah.
What an absolute runner. Brilliant filly, and a fitting tribute, Jim, to one of the great horses that we're privileged to watch run.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. Right, we got to finish off, we got a tribute to her, and let's go and see what that's all about.
Here's Winks moving up on the outside, and Kevin's clear from Winks getting into her work now. She went straight past Kevin Tari today, but Winks moves up now at the 150. It gets going late, but Winks is edging clear for a world record of 17 Group 1s, and Winks wins it by 3/4 minutes. Luck as they straighten up. Galo's Shop tries to kick, 3 lengths clear, but Winks is getting into her work, and they're broken clear from the rest. Galo's Shop in front, but Winks moves up on the outside. Winks takes the lead from Galo's Shop, and here's her second, Queen Elizabeth. This is a silver jubilee moment on the throne for 25 consecutive wins to equal the record of the Great Black Caviar. And here they come, getting to the outside, Winks and Kementari, and Kementari's trying to stick with her, although she dropped him now. Kabizadavaka takes the lead, 200 metres to run, but here she comes, Winks right down the outside, powering away from them. Invictus Prince Dargetto and Kementari, but how soft for Winks. There's 26 in a row for the Jazz. I'm trying to push her underneath, and it's somewhat last. It's Religify in front. Le Romain goes to him. Winks is two off. Then Ace High and Eggside. Le Romain making a bold beat for victory, but Winks is starting to cut him down. Winks moves up on the outside, takes the lead, kicks away. Here's three in a row. It's her birthday, and what a way to celebrate. Long live the Queen.
Winks is about 8 off the lead around the turn. There's a gap for Winks. She's going to have to explode. Trumper falls at the 200. Kingsville Dream back to the inside. Winks down the middle. Kingsville Dream at the 100 is getting desperate. Now Winks is storming home. Winks over the top. Oh, she's too good. They can't beat her. Winks has won a mile. Winks is away and gone round the home turn. 3 lengths in front of Highland Rail, Criterion, and then came the cleaner. But Winks is well clear from Criterion and Highland Rail. Winks kept going by Hugh Bowman. What a win! Winks has bolted in the Cox Plate by 4 lengths to Criterion. Highland Rail ran third, Bornage 4. Then Hartnell, Faulkner, the cleaner, Gano shot, followed by Preferment Aron. Back behind them is Henry Trails and Mourinho. Kermadec is second last. Last to finish was Complacent. She's blitzed them in the Cox Plate. But it's all Winks in the straight. 4-5 lengths in front of Hartnell. A good battle going on for the Miners, but this is a blitz. It's a Winks blitz. 2 in a row, and she joins the all-time greats of the turf. Winks has won it by 6 lengths to Hartnell.
Galo Chop in front, but here comes Winks on the outside, sliding up now. We've waited 35 years for this, and Winks moves up to Galo Chop, followed further back by Folkeswood between them. 2 further back, Humidor and Royal Symphony. It's Galo Chop at the 350. Winks on the outside. Bowman hasn't moved yet. The valley's rocking and the world is knocking. Winks goes to the front. 200 to go. Humidor to the outside. It's Winks in front by a length. Humidor on the outside is trying hard. It's Winks in front. Humidor's coming at her. Winks is holding on. The great mare completes. The group's got a lot better. Savvy Cope is 4th on the inside. 2 for the back is Winks. They were followed by Avilius, and Humidor is last of all. Heading towards the top corner of the 850. It's D'Argento and Rostropovich together. A length and a quarter Ben Battle. Savvy Cope the inside as they reach the 750. Further back is Winks in plenty of air. A length and a half to Humidor, and Avilius the inside is last of all. 600 metres to go in the Cox Plate. Rostropovich just in front of D'Argento Ben Battle. Now Bowman gets moving on Winks. She's only a length and a half to 2 lengths off the lead, followed by Savvy Cope. Rostropovich just in front of D'Argento, but here she comes, and the valley roars. Winks on the outside moves up, takes the lead from Ben Battle, then Rostropovich and D'Argento into the straight of the 200 metres. It's Winks in front by a length. Ben Battle's going with her. Winks 3 corners Ben Battle. Winks is staving off Ben Battle. Cometh the hour, cometh the legend. Greatness, Winks has done it. It's Equine Utopia. 2 legs to Ben Battle, Humidor, then a gap to Avilius. Behind those horses, then Rostropovich, D'Argento, Savvy Cope, and Kingsville Dream has been pulled.
Well, there you go. I mean, in my lifetime, I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think I ever will. To see a racehorse that has captured the imagination of the whole world. The last horse was Secretariat, must be. Just there's never been anything like it in South Africa. I think the last horse was Sea Cottage. He
Horse
was
Chestnut maybe.
Horse Chestnut maybe. But the Horse Chestnut's career was to Sea Cottage.
Longer.
You've just never seen people like that for him. But this mare, that's why we're so lucky to be involved in this business. And to every single one of you out there, you could be one of these owners. You just got to keep going at the sales, go and buy horses, go and have some fun, make it. Everyone who watches this program aspires to owning some horses. It's easy to do. You never know what you might end up with. I think it's the theatre of dreams, as we call it. Laf?
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm pleased we gave your call to Winks. She's it's going to be a void now without her. We're going to have to look for the next big horse.
Until next week, enjoy your racing. There might be another Winks out there. Who knows?